Hello, how are you doing today? For today's video, I wanted to show you guys my first impressions as well as a review and ranking of one of Bath & Body Works' new candle collections that they released for summer. It looks like these. I'm very excited to show you all. So the collection is called Summer Vibes. It is not summer vibes where I'm at. I am still wearing sweaters. I thought I was gonna wear a summery shirt for this video, but I'm just too cold. What do we do when the weather's bad in real life is we surround ourselves in Bath & Body Works and make us feel the way we want to feel, and I want to feel summery, so we are going to sniff some summer candles. Before we jump into looking at these new candles, I wanted to do a little housekeeping first. First thing is semi-annual sale for Bath & Body Works is going to be June 13th is the first day, so mark your calendars. I wanted to provide you with some tips and tricks on how to shop SAS and what to expect for this June sale next Monday, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel down below so you don't miss that little extra video. I'll make sure to make a little community post about it as well, so hopefully nobody misses it, but do expect a little extra content from me about semi-annual sale coming up soon. I post every Monday morning, 6:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Is that all I wanted to say? Oh, and then the other thing I needed to mention before we jump into the candles is once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I do plan on hosting another Bath & Body Works giveaway. So you subscribing to my channel will also get us closer to that milestone. For those who have never participated in my Bath & Body Works giveaways before, I have 2 packages that I curate all Bath & Body Works products, and they usually have a theme. Like last year I did a red package and a green package because it was for Christmas time. Depending on when I do it, it will either be summer or fall maybe, so I would like to do some type of themed package that way, but it does include home fragrance, body care, pretty much a little sampler of the entire store in a basket, so to say, or I guess a box since it will be shipping in the mail. So if you subscribe to my channel, it will get us a little bit closer to that landmark, so I will do that at 2,000 subscribers, so I'm very excited for that. Alright, so that's all the little things I wanted to mention, so let's start sniffing these candles. Before we start sniffing the individual scents, look at this packaging as a whole. I really enjoy this style of packaging that they're doing where it's kind of like similar packaging but one of every color scheme, if that makes sense. So we do have 6 candles here, and this collection is called Summer Vibes, like I mentioned before. All of the candles have this painted on brushstroke kind of appearance, all in different various colors, and I just love that. I think it's simplistic, yet it's still artistic, and it's fun to see each candle's kind of take on that packaging style, so I think that's very fun. You can tell that the main feature of this collection is actually the fragrance Rainbow Waves, which is kind of their nod to having a Pride themed candle. Of the collection, I feel like the Rainbow Waves is kind of their main feature fragrance. Besides being available in home fragrance, this scent is actually available in the body care items as well, but the notes are Sunny Sangria, Bright Melon, and Misty Waters. It's actually not as strong as I thought it was going to be. I find that when you have a note of something like Misty Waters, it actually kind of tones it down. It makes it more of a subtle fragrance when you have something like Misty Waters as a base note. But it's interesting because I can really, when I smell this, it does smell like a body care fragrance more than it should be a home fragrance, if that makes sense. Like it smells like a perfume or like something that should be worn by a person rather than like a candle fragrance. But it's a pleasant scent. I find that it's a little bit fruity, but actually I do get some floral hints in there as well. I'm kind of getting Beautiful Day vibes, if anyone remembers that fragrance. It's kind of like a green apple and daisy scent. Smelling it cold, not very strong at all. I would give it maybe a 4 out of 10 for strength just smelling it on cold. I do think that this would give you a fruity floral throw once you burn it in the home. Next up, we have Berry Fruit Punch, and this one I really love that color scheme that's got purple, pink, and kind of some reds in there, all the berry colors. So this one has notes of tropical berries, sweet pineapple, freshly juiced orange. I made that face because that sounds very much like the one fragrance Flamingo Beach, which I actually have not seen an appearance of yet, so I wonder if this took the place of Flamingo Beach. And it really does smell like Flamingo Beach as well. It's a little less floral than Flamingo Beach was, if anything. But I always held strong that Flamingo Beach kind of smelled like zebra stripe gum, and so does this candle. It smells a lot like zebra stripe gum. Does anybody remember those? I don't know if they even still sell those or not, but that's kind of like my childhood in a nutshell over there. We need to do some comparing. I'm gonna look up the notes of Flamingo Beach. Very, very similar. I wonder if it's the... I don't want to say it's the same fragrance because I do feel like I like this one a little better. I'm not a huge floral fan, so the less floral a fragrance has, the better in my opinion. opinion, but that's just a personal thing. But this one is tropical berries, sweet pineapple, freshly juiced oranges, while Flamingo Beach is summer berries, pink summer berries, so there's the tropical berry, juicy orange, there's the freshly juiced oranges, and dewy white petals. So if these aren't duplicates, which I don't think they are exact duplicates, I think that they are twin sisters. This smells like a combination of Flamingo Beach and Pink Apple Punch. Those two fragrances, if they combined, they would make Berry Fruit Punch. Next up, we have Chocolate Chip Cookie, which isn't this a fun color for a cookie scent? We've got kind of a dark blue mixing with some light blue going on. And by the way, the wax on all of these candles are white. They do not have colored wax. This one has notes of oven-baked cookies, gooey chocolate chips, and a hint of flaky salt. I love chocolate chip cookies that have salt. I do like to taste salty in my sweet cookies. I know that that's also a personal preference, so I'm hoping this is a little bit salty with the sweet. Okay. I do smell a little bit of saltiness, but more, I actually smell chocolate. This is predominantly a chocolate scented candle. But I do smell the cookie in there too. It's not as cookie dough-ish as I thought it was going to be. I do get kind of notes of like artificial chocolate more so than the hot cocoa and cream. That one's more of a decadent marshmallowy chocolate, while this one is definitely more of a baked smell. But there's some brightness in the top notes. I almost feel like there's notes of oatmeal in it, or like oatmeal cookie, because there's kind of something in the top notes that kind of brings a vibrance to it that not all gourmand fragrances have. And it's interesting because a lot of gourmand fragrances lately have that pie crust kind of smell, that kind of graham cracker, decadent, rich scent, but this candle does not have this fragrance in it. So if you are kind of scared or not into those pie crust kinds of gourmand fragrances, but you would like to try a gourmand one, this might be an option to try. This one is definitely stronger than the other two. I'm assuming that this one's gonna have a better throw than the two fruity ones I just smelled. Okay, we have Buttery Popcorn. Very fun, very fun. I'm very excited this semi-annual sale, by the way, for all those carnival treat fragrances. I'm hoping my store gets lots in stock because I'm very interested. There's going to be some really great fragrances. I've been seeing pictures of them already coming through. So also stay tuned for my semi-annual sale video that I will be making in the future, and we'll talk a little bit more about those. But this kind of aligns with the theme. We've got a popcorn fragrance reminding me of fair time. So the notes are melted butter, fresh popcorn, and a sprinkle of sea salt. So we've got two salty candles. Oh, interesting. This smells a lot like the Jelly Bellies butter popcorn jelly beans. It does have, it pretty much smells like butter. It doesn't smell like real butter. It smells like that weird like butter on tap oily stuff that you put on the popcorn in the movie theater. That's what this smells like. There's kind of an airiness to it though. It does have kind of a vibrance, just like a lot of these have vibrance. They're not too rich, just like the cookie one. It does have an airiness. That must be the popcorn part, I guess. But there's kind of a lightness. I feel like this compared to, they have done the kettle corn fragrance around Thanksgiving time last year. I feel like the kettle corn might be better in my opinion because it does have a little bit of the salty and sweet combined, while this is just all salt, all butter, and that might be overwhelming for some people. I think I might like it. I think it will improve with burning it, that it might kind of be more appropriate. I think this would be fun to burn during a movie night. That would definitely set the theme for a movie theater kind of vibe. I know whenever I go to the movie theater, I think I'm not going to get any popcorn. I don't feel like it. But then once I smell it, I'm like, okay, I have to have a little bit because that just smells so good. So burning, I'm hoping that that's what this candle does. Okay, this one I was very excited about. Sour Melon Drop. We've got a close-up look at those colors. So this one has notes of juicy candied watermelon, sour green apple, bursting honeydew melon. Okay, that's very interesting. Most of the watermelon scents that they've had are kind of like those pink watermelon, very juicy, very like edible watermelon. So I'm interested to see if this is more candy-like artificial candies. That's extremely strong. Wow. This is the strongest candle, I think, of the batch. Okay, so insight on this candle just from smelling it. It's very strong. I think this is going to have an amazing throw. If you like strong candles, definitely try this one. I actually smell like the bitter part of the melon as opposed to being more sweet and juicy. Oftentimes the watermelon candles at Bath & Body Works kind of have more of that citrusy, fruity, you know, like watermelon lemonade, how it kind of has that lemonade note in it. This does not have that. This is like candy, but like bitter and sour and strong and just very potent. It packs a punch. I actually really enjoy that. It's very unique and it's not anything I have ever smelled by Bath & Body Works before at all. The first note I smell is bitter, then the second is sour, and then finally the more I smell it, I start to get kind of that pink sweet watermelon come through at the very end.
First they're sour, then they're sweet.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, and then the last one of the collection we have is red, white, and blue cake. You can tell this is kind of their patriotic themed one, their Memorial Day / maybe 4th of July packaging. The notes are red raspberries, ripe blueberries, whipped vanilla cream, and soft white cake. So let's give that one a sniff. I like it. It's nice because it's a little bit gourmand, but not to the point where it's like a heavy, rich gourmand. Like the butter popcorn I would count as a gourmand, even though it's not sweet, it's like foodie. And then the chocolate chip cookie, same thing. It's got kind of like that more rich, chocolatey kind of vibe going on. But this is very light, very fluffy, and a little bit fruity. You do smell the raspberries and the blueberries, but they're almost more of an afterthought, and it smells more like kind of that whipped cream, fluffy cake scent like it said in the notes. It's not terribly strong either. I feel like this is a good one that is subtle but still sweet. I think this would burn very nicely. If I were to rank them in order from 1 being the strongest and 6 being the softest, I think this is what I would do. Sour Melon Drop is definitely first place for strength. I think like I can smell that even without opening. I opened it once earlier and I still smell it just like in the room around me. So that's gonna be first place for strength. Probably the chocolate chip cookie in second place for strength. I'm trying to decide if third place should be for the popcorn or the red, white, and blue cake. Red, white, and blue cake. And it's interesting because when I smell it further away, I got kind of a hint of blueberry in that whiff that I didn't really notice the first time. So that's interesting. So far away, I noticed blueberry, but closer up, I smell cake. Okay, that's the third strongest. Okay, butter popcorn in fourth place. And then tied in last place, just depending on the way I smell it, Rainbow Waves and Berry Fruit Punch are the 2 softest. I feel like this one is softer than this one, but I think it just depends on what you tend to notice more. My nose picks up citrusy fragrances more, so I kind of notice this one over this one, but this one might be softer of the 2. I don't know. In terms of my favorites, which ones do I think are the best? Of course, this is taking into account my personal preference, and I tend to like gourmands and fruity fragrances, and I tend to like strong fragrances. I also like it when a candle is unique, and I also do not care for florals personally, so that might kind of influence it. But I'm going to give Sour Melon Drop first place for me. I think I'm the most excited about this candle. I think they did a good job. I think the quality of the fragrance is spot on. I really think that they just did a great job making this candle. So I'm going to give this one first place, although I do acknowledge that this is kind of an acquired taste scent. I don't think everyone's going to like this, just because it is so strong and it is kind of a bitter, fruity fragrance. I feel like the general population is going to give Rainbow Waves first place, just because it does kind of have that this fragrance could go viral kind of smell, if you know what I mean, kind of like a champagne toast type of deal where generally speaking everybody would love it. It's fruity and floral, and when you pair those 2 things together, I think pretty much everyone likes it. I don't like floral, so that one does not get first place for me. In second place, I think I'm going to give red, white, and blue. I think the strength on it is good. It's not too much, but it's also not too little. I think the fragrance is unique enough, but I think it's also pleasing overall. I think in third place, it could just be the mood I'm in, but I think in third place is going to be Berry Fruit Punch. It does, now that I'm sniffing it, kind of remind me of Aloha Kiwi Passion Fruit as well. There's kind of like this citrusy bubbly note. And I think when it's burning, I'm gonna like it, as opposed to the chocolate chip. I don't know, maybe I'm just not in the mood for chocolate right now because I'm just wanting warm weather and I feel like it's inappropriate for the season. But I do like this candle. I do love a good gourmand, so I'm going to give this one 4th place. I do think the buttery popcorn is fun and it's a novelty, but comparing it to previous popcorny type scents that they've had, I feel like this one is a little bit subpar. So I think I'm going to give this one last place and Rainbow Waves 2nd to last place. So what, 5th place? Yes. So I think that is my ranking. Thanks so much for watching today's candle haul. Subscribe and stay tuned because on next Monday at 6:15 a.m. PST is going to be my Ask a Bath & Body Works Manager video semi-annual sale edition. That way I can answer all of your semi-annual related questions and give you my tips and tricks from the perspective of an employee just in time for you to prepare to shop the big sale coming up on June 13th. I will see you then. Bye.